Hi there. In this video I want to go over the curve modifier. So we're going to look at two different scenarios, one with just an object, and then we're going to see how it works together with the array modifier. It's quite similar, but I just want to show both cases. So when it comes to using the curve modifier, it's very important to keep our object aligned to some axis. In most cases it's going to be positive x, which is this direction right here, along here. We can see this if we look at the manipulator up here, that this is the positive direction because of this little line here that goes out to this x as opposed to this x, which corresponds to the negative x. Same with the y, we can see the line going out there, so we can see that this is positive y, positive x, negative y, negative x. And same for z, up is positive, down is negative. So by default we want to align this cube with the positive x direction with the curve modifier. We can change this and have this with positive y, for instance, or positive z, any direction. But we have to know which axis we are deforming along. Alright, so to demonstrate this, I'm just gonna go into edit mode here with tab and just press E to extrude this a couple of times, quite irregularly, doesn't matter. So we'll make something longer like this. Then I'm just gonna press A and Shift D, G for grab and X in the X direction there, and just put two kind of elongated cubes next to each other, just to have some kind of length to demonstrate with here. So this is still one object, but it's two different meshes inside it. Okay, so let's add the curve modifier. It's right here on the deform, and then we find a curve right there. And since the background here on the name is red, it means that this modifier has currently no effect on the object, because we need some kind of input here. And the input that we need is a curve object. We have currently none in our scene, so I'll just press Shift A, add a curve. I will use a Bezier curve. So I'll go into wireframe with Shift and Z. I will see our small little curve right there. So I'll select the object here, the elongated cube. Just press here and select the Bezier curve there. So now we have that object. Then we'll press the curve here, and we can start to transform this, change how this is gonna go. I can press E to extrude out a new piece here, R, rotate, and S to scale, just as we transform any object in Blender. Just tab out of edit mode there, so you can see that this object is now transformed according to the curve going the X direction. If we want to move this now, it is in most cases so that we want to move the curve and the object together. In this case they will stay the same like this, because we're transforming in what's known as local space. So as long as these two objects share the same origin point and the same local transform axis, like right here, so we can see those here as well under rotation here. So we want to share those rotations and the location at least, and possibly even the scale. So I'm just gonna Control Z to go back a bit here from my transformations. We can transform by using another axis than the positive X by clicking our object here, going to the wrench tab here again. And you can see that we can choose our axis here. So if we were to create this cube in this general direction, same with the curve, then that would be the positive Y instead of the positive X direction there. Alright, so that is how you use the modifier with a single object without any other modifiers on it. And what you have to be aware of is these deform axis is very important, because if we select another one, we get something like this, which is just probably not what we would expect. Like this, it's a very common issue if you have the wrong axis, but some axes will work as long as the origins are in the right place and they are generally made in the same direction, and the transforms between the curve and the object that we're deforming is they're matching each other, and then we deform them in object mode together, always selected together, to keep the deformation stable, if you will. Alright, so let's delete this object new, and I'll delete the curve as well. Just Shift A, add a cube. I will add a array modifier. I'll add some number here. Then we'll add Shift A, and I'll add curve, basic curve again, and Shift C to go into wireframe. And I'll just put this out here and just create some kind of curve shape here, like this, in edit mode. So it's kind of going like this, that's fine. And then I'm gonna add the curve modifier right there. Select this, and you can see that it immediately snaps to the curve there. Now the good thing with the array modifier here is that we can, for instance, we can change the count here, so see how far that goes along that curve. Then we can, for instance, extend this if we want to. But we can only extend it so far because our object will kind of end here. But with the array modifier, we can do a little trick here. So if we go into fit type, I will fit the curve and just select our curve. It will add cubes until the curve is over, and I will just increase the relative offset there. So from here, I can just take this and just continue to E to expand this, or to extrude this, I should say. It doesn't matter whichever direction, if I'm going back here or circle around, as long as we have those deform axes aligned with each other for these objects. And then we can go in on any direction we want. It will just continue to add the length thanks to the array modifier and fit that to the curve. And it will follow the curve thanks to the curve modifier. So imagine that you have like a fence that's going up a hill or something like that. You can just adjust its height to that hill or something, or any other use case that you might find that you have. Alright, so that's the curve modifier. I hope it was helpful, and that you, I hope it was helpful, basically. Thank you for viewing, and see you in another video. Bye.